Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Brian Barrett, joined by meteorologist Justin Bailey, and we are going to take a look at Helene, its impacts here on Rutherford County, but just some overall thoughts. First of all, Justin, about this storm. This is, in terms of how big this storm is, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of miles. I heard someone say maybe, impacts from the center 400 to 500 miles away from the center of circulation. That is wild.
Yes, it is a truly on the upper end of the scale in terms of its size. Very, very large storm, a very powerful storm.
And wind speeds increased. It's a Category 4. After it got from Category 3 to Category 4, people were saying, well, could it be a Cat 5? And that's just wind speed is all that really determines what category it is. But this thing it's got surge impacts, heavy rain impacts inland. I mean, no matter whether it's a 3, 4, or a 5, the impacts are going to be widespread and pretty severe.
That's correct. And it's undergone a period of rapid intensification this afternoon. I think the latest minimum pressure I saw was 943. Like I said, max winds are up to 130 miles per hour. But what's interesting, not only is it extremely large, it's also extremely powerful. It's also moving extremely fast. It's sped up to 23 miles per hour. So those high winds are going to carry inland a long ways, a lot further than normal.
Well, let's take a look here. So here is where this is the National Hurricane Center. This is where Helene is currently located, just a couple of hours from making impact somewhere in the Big Bend. I did hear them talking a little bit about it's taken a jog here or there a little bit. So exactly where it comes ashore is not particularly sure. But Justin, wherever this comes in, it's going to have impacts well inland.
Correct. It did take just a little bit of a jog to the east today. So it looks like Tallahassee might get really lucky and just catch the western side of the worst part of the storm instead of taking a direct hit through the eye.
Looks like I think maybe Perry is one of those areas that was very close to where the center may come in, but they've kind of honed in on things. But I'm going to show you a map in just a second. Hurricane warnings well into the state of Georgia, tropical storm warnings all the way through the rest of the state of Georgia. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a new feature they started doing, and I really like that. You can see how far inland, instead of just the coastal boundary where the warnings are, you can see how far inland the warnings are carried.
Well, this is a look at the tropical storm force winds and the probability of that, and the legend is down here where you probably can't see, but the purple is 90% chance of tropical storm force winds. That's almost the entire state of Florida and almost the entire state of Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows you how broad the wind field is with this thing. And you're looking at tropical storm force, that's 39 miles per hour or greater, so 40 miles per hour. Sustained winds, you're talking gusts, 45, 50 mile per hour wind gust. And that's like that minimum threshold.
Mm-hmm. And our forecast from the National Weather Service for Murfreesboro is calling for 20 to 30 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 45 tomorrow evening, and that's when the higher winds will be here. But just kind of wanted to show you the impacts. It's going to be a huge rainmaker as well through the central parts of Georgia into western South Carolina and around the Appalachian area of North Carolina. This could be a record-setting rain event and maybe catastrophic from what if the projected rainfall totals come into fruition.
Yeah, as big of a story as the landfall is, that might wind up being the bigger story out of this whole setup is that flood event along the southern Appalachians. Like places around Nashville, I saw a projection for the French Broad River to crest at 29 feet, just a little south of Asheville, which is almost 10 feet above the record highest that they've ever met. I mean, it's really has the potential to be a catastrophic flooding event for those locations.
For us, it doesn't appear we are under a flood watch. not a catastrophic event, we hope, and don't really see that as the forecast at least, but still plenty of rain. If we take a look at one of the models here, this is the HRRR and zoned in right here on Rutherford County. Here is Rutherford County there for you. And this is 7 o'clock tonight, so let's take you on into 8 and 9. So this is about the time we start to get into the rain, and it's going to rain for a while, it looks like.
Yes, this one's going to be that soaker we've been looking for, I'm afraid.
So this is midnight, still well in all of the rain. And if you watch radar and you notice these bands are coming from east to west, and that is unusual for us, but this is just because of the track that Helene will be taking.
Correct.
So this is 7 a.m., maybe a few breaks tomorrow during the day, but it's going to kind of stall right here and meander in our area, and that's going to keep us in the rain area for a while.
Just to go back just a few frames there. Yeah, right there, and that's as it's coming over Sparta. That is, on this model, the center of the remnants of the center of the circulation coming over Sparta, and looks like it goes just north of Nashville.
Okay. And it's going to kind of take a direction kind of north and then just zigzag, meander around and all that kind of thing. It's probably not like that, but you kind of get the point, I think.
So there could still be some pretty strong gusts in what's left of the remnants of the core as it comes through there.
Gets very close to us for sure. I did want to show this feature.
Yeah, any deviation in that track and it comes right over Murfreesboro.
Very true. So something that we'll have to keep a very close eye on for tomorrow. This is 9 a.m. on Friday. Still heavy rainfall as we go through the afternoon hours. This, what will be a depression, tropical depression. You can see now that when we get to the afternoon hours, all of the precipitation is coming from west to east. So we see a change in direction with that storm.
Yeah, correct. We get to be on the southeast side of it. So then we get stuff coming from the southwest, wrapping around.
Does show maybe some breaks during the overnight period. It definitely looks like tonight and through the day tomorrow are the times for heaviest rain. And for those interested in high school football games that are going on, this is 5 o'clock on Friday, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, showing a few showers. And, here's 8 o'clock with some heavier rain, maybe in that 8 and 9. So it looks like it's going to be a wet Friday night.
Yes.
Justin, any final thoughts here? The rainfall totals, National Weather Service talking about anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rain. I'm sure there could be some pockets of higher amounts if you get under a really high producer.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've heard as well. 3 to 5 inches, generally what to expect. You could see up to 6. And then we got the wind advisory out till Saturday morning. Remind me what time? 7
a.m., I think.
7 a.m. Saturday morning. So you got 25 to 30 mile per hour winds, gusting to 40.
And, that could bring down a few limbs and things of that nature. So we'll have to watch for potential with some power outages, especially if, but Middle Tennessee Electric has been pretty good about getting out and getting the trees trimmed, but that could be something that we have to deal with as well with this. And unsettled weather into next week, but it is going to cool off, and I think by Tuesday we'll shut off the faucet here for a while. But this is rain we need. We're in a, I think, moderate drought with the drought monitor that came out today.
Yes, definitely needed rain. Hopefully we keep it at the thresholds that are manageable.
Absolutely. Well, I know we're going to do a little Helene watching and probably just hours away from landfall. And we just send our thoughts and prayers to those who are in the direct path of this landfalling hurricane. It is a pretty big storm that is definitely going to leave some damage. There's no question about it.
Absolutely. And we can't let our guard down. It looks like there might be more coming in the next week or so.
Yep, it's that time of the year. The latter half of hurricane season looks to be very active, where the first half was people were thinking, well, it was supposed to be an above average hurricane season. Where is everything? Well, now we've had a couple of weeks in a row, and it's not showing any signs of letting up, really.
Yep.
Justin, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Meteorologist Justin Bailey joining us. I'm Bryan Barrett. Don't forget RutherfordWX.com. That's the Rutherford Weather Channel homepage. There we have links to all of the social platforms. If you're seeing this later, not watching it live, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. You can see us on all those channels. Just search at RuCo Weather on your favorite platform, or just check out the website. A lot of cool forecast tools there for you to look at as well for all of you weather weenies out there. Thanks for joining us, and stay safe. And we've got some much needed rain coming in. Have a great evening, everybody.